Welcome to the Geek Cabal channel. I'm Bob,
I'm Jim.
and you're about to watch a clip from one of our longer podcast videos since they've been running about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We splice clips out. If you like the whole thing, it'll be linked to in the description. Hopefully, you'll watch it too. It's up to you, though. And since this is YouTube, you know how it goes. If you like what you like here, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But otherwise, hope you enjoy the clip.
So there is one comment that came out, and I've seen someone post it, and I don't agree with it, but I want to get your take on it, and that is that without Star Trek Discovery, there would be no current Star Trek show line.
Well, I mean, there's a case to be made for it because it was the first of the newer class of shows, and um, Brave New World, Strange New Worlds spins out of it. So
it does. I don't think Strange New Worlds would be there if it wasn't for Discovery, but
and without those, now Picard was kind of on the docket already, I thought.
Yeah,
so
you had that. You had Lower Decks, and you had Prodigy.
Yeah,
which I believe Prodigy is going to another streaming service. It's not going to be on Paramount Plus. It's going to be somewhere else.
Nickelodeon,
maybe. I don't know because
I'm joking. It's more kid oriented. That's why I said that.
But from what I've watched a little bit of it, but from other Star Trek people that like really get into the whole Star Trek thing, they said it's a travesty that Prodigy is going away. So maybe it's better than I thought.
I think they're probably not wrong because I think the first season of Discovery wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. But it proved that a Star Trek show could work still. And so I think spinning out of that, plus I think the same guy produces all of them.
Yeah.
I think in a roundabout way they're correct. I don't think they're correct in the way of like, oh, it was a smashing success, and so everything else. No, it was more of a we can get by with new Trek, and maybe one of the others will be better.
And I thought season 1 of Discovery was okay. It wasn't. And
there were parts of season 2 that I thought were good. Like I liked the big cataclysmic battle at the end.
Oh yeah,
because it's like if you took the original Star Trek, like the look of it, but then used modern special effects with it. Because like they don't do anything crazy with the Enterprise. It still just has the 2 giant blue beams for the phasers instead of like the phaser cannons all over the place, and little details like that. It looks like an older Trek battle, but with new effects, and I liked that part. Didn't like that, like yet again it was an AI villain. Like I love AI villains. We did a whole video on them, but like there's other things in Trek, and this comment's going to come back. I'm sure whenever someone notes when we talk about the episodes that I think could make movies, because like almost all the ones I picked were AI villains. But I'm just saying, whenever Picard season 1, it's an AI villain. Discovery season 2, it's an AI villain. Picard season 3, it's the Borg, an AI villain essentially. Like, okay, I get it. Like, machines are bad.
Now, speaking of you were talking about the blasters or the lasers, the phasers and stuff on in Star Trek. This is one thing I always never got with the whole beginning of the Kelvin timeline when the USS Kelvin was fighting against the
Narada.
Narada, yeah. Where it was, it survived like minutes, enough for people to get off and escape. Yet when that whole fleet went to Vulcan, the Enterprise was only like minutes behind.
Yeah.
Like it took Sulu to get the parking brake removed, before he could get going there. And yeah, they're only minutes behind, and like the fleet's devastated. And then nothing makes sense about the fleet because there's one section where the Enterprise has to fly past a saucer from another ship. But the saucer is larger than the Enterprise in its entirety.
Well, That I can't hope to explain. That's
The only thing I
stupid
could
ship design.
the only thing I could think of is
It's
that
a predecessor to the Nemesis.
it was a space station floating above
Oh, that
Vulcan,
could be, yeah.
and it looked like a saucer, but really was actually like one of the platforms
Yeah.
that ships would
That's possible.
I don't
Now,
know.
the battle, if I'm being generous, we could say that whenever they first showed up, they were disoriented, being in the past and everything. Whereas here, they've been there for 20 years.
Yeah.
And they escaped from the Klingon prison and everything, and all the deleted scenes.
Yeah, they should have left that in the movie.
And now, like, they've got their shit together. They mean business.
They should make an extended cut of that with that all included.
Because they obviously filmed parts of it, because there are parts of it in the movie. Whenever they're talking about Nero at one point, they show a scene where he like looks back over his shoulder. That's from that whole sequence.